phone on because yours doesn't sound like it's amplifying any.
Is it on now? Now?
Long if you, yes.
Yeah, light's on, makes sense. All right,
Got it.
so we'll take a minute to review the minutes from June. Once you do that, we'll take a motion to approve those.
So move.
First by Lyndall, second by Anthony. All in favor with the sign of aye. Any
Aye.
opposed? So moved. Financial reports. I think Elsa sent those out last week. Hopefully, everybody's had a chance to look at those. I didn't see anything too interesting on them. Did anybody have any questions or comments on those?
Just so everybody knows, those are not our final June
Okay.
numbers. I have not done any journal entries like backing up the June restaurant tax. I have not put that back. So they're not, I don't do that till August 31st. I have to back everything up, so instead of doing it twice, I wait until then.
Okay,
So those are not your final June numbers. I just wanted to make sure everybody was clear. It's just a tentative, like that's where we're at right at this moment.
so that's a good point. So we're down a little bit from 2022. Is that going to somewhat correct itself?
We should be up because we've been up all year.
I thought so too, but,
Yeah, so that's why I wanted to make that
Okay.
comment, because once I back those up into there, we'll be better off, because those June of 22 numbers obviously has all that in there,
Okay.
and the June of 23 does not. So I think those numbers will change, and as soon as I get those done, I can print you a new, updated
okay.
financial report, so you don't have to wait for the audit to get your June numbers.
All right, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any questions, comments on the financials?
Ryan, we may have to hold up. It doesn't appear that it's broadcasting, so Elsa may have to record some other way.
Okay.
I mean, it shows that it's live and recording, but it's not showing up on the YouTube.
Mine is showing utility meeting TV.
Oh.
We're good.
We're good, clear to go. All right, financials. Get a motion to approve those.
I'll make the motion.
Joyce with first,
Second.
Angie second. All in favor with sign of aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, so moved. Moving right along. Elsa, old business.
Okay, the July 8th East Main concert was a very, very rainy and stormy day, so that had to be moved to the fairgrounds, to the pavilion.
How was turnout?
You know,
I mean, considering-
for the weather, I thought the pavilion was full, and
Okay.
it was a great concert. It was J.D. Shelburne. It's a shame that the weather, happened like it did, and others didn't get to enjoy it. So hopefully we can have him back next year.
Yeah, good.
I can say we did not pay for the green room on East Main, but we did have to rent a camper for the green room at the fairgrounds. So that was $220 and still keeps us under budget for that concert.
Good.
The last concert, I was not able to attend, but Angie was there. If you want to give an update on that?
It was awesome.
Was it?
Yeah, they were great. That was probably one of the best shows. They actually came with a show. I mean, it was nonstop. They went from one song right to the other. And the lead singer of this group is 84 years old, and he was amazing.
Wow.
I
It was a
can't
good
move
show.
like he can.
It's good. Great.
But it was very well attended. At first, it didn't look like it was until I walked up toward the front, and then everybody had migrated over to the side where more shade was.
Yeah, it was in the shade.
So, but it was great.
Good.
The next concert will be August 12th with Stephen Miller, Papa Bear and the Love Den, and he's a local that everyone loves to
Be a
come.
big
And
show.
then the final will be August 26th. I'm just going to keep going.
Keep going.
Next
Yeah, I have
month,
a comment, please. I had somebody ask, would it be possible for us to rent a big tent for spectators and people to sit? I don't know how expensive it would be, but I see them in other
the only
places.
concern I have with that is when no one can see when you put the tents up, and we had that problem with fiddling too. It's
Yeah.
great in the daytime, but then
All right, thank you.
August is very busy. We have 2 gospel concerts, and there are flyers provided in your packets. So the first will be August 4th, and the second will be August 18th. Ryan and I had a Zoom meeting yesterday with Retail Coach, And you have a project update in your packet as well. I thought it was very informative. I will have a Zoom meeting with a hotel representative on Friday just to give us a connection and put faces to each other and with the community. And I think that cannot hurt at all. So I'll keep you guys posted on anything that comes of that. Parks and Recreation, Tammy provided some notes that is in your agenda. If she has anything she'd like to elaborate on that, or if you have any questions.
I didn't have any questions, I don't guess.
No, I'm good.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you, Tammy.
When will fall ball signups be?
They started,
Already?
they have already started. We've received a few, but like we were doing, we're taking checks only just in case.
Okay.
We don't have a huge turnout. And hopefully, if we do have a good turnout, we're also going to try to see if we can play Caneyville, just so that we can mix it up a little bit.
No, that's a good idea.
How is the special needs program going
That's going to also happen in the fall.
in the fall?
There was just a lot that was going on, and we
Okay,
didn't have
yeah.
enough signups. I think we only had 9.
Right.
So we're hoping that in the fall, it might bring out more families.
Mhm. Okay, good deal.
Tammy, looked like you had a great crowd for the fireworks night.
We maxed out. We had to turn people away.
Really?
Yes.
Great. Well, I
So-
mean, no, that's not great, but
And
it's good.
I stayed there most of the nights. When the crowd started dissipating, I went ahead and left, but it seemed like everything went well. People were really polite, and it was just a really good crowd. I didn't have any situations that needed any police calls or anything.
Wonderful.
But
That's great.
just kids were a little wild, but that's normal.
So how has the attendance overall at the Aquatic Center this summer? The times I've been there seemed really, really busy.
It's all on the weather, basically, but I'm going to say, I mean, there's days that we are packed that I never thought we would be. I'm expecting this week will be because it's the last week, and it's going to be extremely hot. Now, there's been a lot of people that have requested if we could provide more shade. And that's something that we'll discuss after the season, just because, like over the top pool, there is no shade for the parents. The cabanas are fabulous. People are using them. I think that we might consider maybe getting a more stabilized cabana set because one of them blew away. Kind of, I have some pictures I'll show you guys later, but I just figured it's something we discussed down the road. It's just a post that goes in the center, and it's a canopy that goes over, basically like the red one over by the top pool, but in a smaller version.
So you've had a good response from renting
Yes.
those?
People will
cabanas?
come in and just ask what it is, and they'll just give us the $50, even if they're just gonna be there for a couple hours. They say it's well worth it. So,
We did
Great.
it.
I would too.
Yeah, desperation.
So you will go to back-to-school hours?
yeah, we'll go back to school hours on, this will be our last week. We'll start weekends only. And I do have to commend our staff over there. I think this is, since I've been in here, this is probably one of the best staff I've had.
Good.
I don't have to constantly watch the cameras. Great bunch of kids. Managers are fantastic. I know we've been out of Dippin' Dots. That's not our fault.
It's a big
Cool
problem.
Snacks has had a problem obtaining Dippin' Dots. I call them constantly. I just got a reload yesterday. So I know people get very upset that they don't get their Dippin' Dots, but like I said, it's not our fault.
Okay, Tammy, I'm sorry, did you say this is the last full week at the regular schedule?
It is.
Okay. And what will be the hours after this week?
On Saturday, it will be 10:30 to 7. On Sunday, it will be 1 to 6.
Okay, thank you.
And then we'll be open Labor Day, of course, from 10:30 to 5:30 because we have to set up for the ducking regatta for 6 o'clock.
Okay, thanks.
Are there ball tournaments scheduled through the fall, or do those kind of drop off when school starts?
We do have a few ball tournaments scheduled. I'm not sure of the exact dates, but one of the bigger ones happens in the fall.
Okay.
The one that we had last year that brought in
They're
like
always
50
huge
teams.
turnouts.
It was
Right.
a lot of people.
Okay.
So on Monday, you're not open, the pool's not open?
Correct.
Okay.
It just was silly to have it open for 2 days, and plus it gives our employees the opportunity to
Get
get
ready.
things together and get ready
Yeah.
for school.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Move
Fiddlin' fireworks went, I thought, great on Friday night after a couple glitches were worked out. But where we watched it, I could tell the attendance was huge along the area of Wallace Avenue. And I thought that the square Friday night with the cruise in, and there was a band there was singing, I thought that it had a really nice crowd. Fiddlin' on Saturday, and I'll let the mayor talk more about this if he wants to add in. The weather was not nice
In the morning.
until,
especially.
till after lunch. So the cruise-in was, or the car show was actually, it was down, of course. But I was very pleased with the overall crowd once the weather cleared. There were 91 contestants from 10 different states. And I do want to add, the hospital is doing a health initiative. And there was a jingle that was created by Jimmy Mattingly with the help of the mayor. And you guys are going to hear this a lot. There will be a campaign going on all throughout the community. The charge was $1,000. The committee with the hospital did pay for this, but they wrote a check to us for $2,000 as a sponsorship toward the Fiddling Festival. So we paid Jimmy $1,000 out of that, and then we're going to use the additional $1,000 to pay for T-shirts and other expenses with the festival.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Good. I heard the jingle. It's catchy.
It's very catchy.
It's good.
Catchy. It's good.
Do you have anything you'd like to add, or did I forget? Pickleball, Denny came to our last meeting to speak about that, and the council was very appreciative of the money that we put toward the 4 courts. He did give me a call back last week to let me know that the quote that was given from Scotty's was actually for tennis courts. So the new quote, which they're doing bids, but the new quote that went out would cover the 4 pickleball courts, the fencing, and 4 benches, and be $20,000, estimated $20,000 less than what we had approved for the 4 courts.
Yeah, that's great.
So
That's good.
I guess my question is, because we did up to $87,000, do we want to keep that motion and include fencing and benches?
I think so.
I
think so.
I was
Yes.
thinking benches right away.
Right, okay.
We're
So-
already committed, so yeah.
We'll wait and see what bids come in at, but sounds
Okay,
like we're gonna be
perfect.
fine.
Yeah, that's great.
Hey, Ilse, I want to make a comment on pickleball, please.
Yes.
Since we've approved this, I've been reaching out to a lot of people that has this, and they have built courts and so forth, and they're all telling me that make sure that you get a certification that's official pickleball certified, so if you have a tournament later on, you have that affirmation that it is an official court. So I'm assuming Scotty's does it, they've already been doing it, but they're telling me a lot of people build tennis courts, but they're not real good on pickleball courts. But that's something I think we need to make sure we're doing
Okay.
with our money there. Thank you.
Yep, good point.
The Kentucky State Fair is August 17th through the 27th. I have had several volunteer for shifts, but we still have several shifts open throughout the week.
You're going to send that schedule out again, please?
I will send the schedule out again. The main openings would be Monday through Friday, and it's the afternoon shift. We have a meeting on that Tuesday. So that,
Is this the time that I should maybe bring up the meeting? I'm just making a suggestion, maybe that we change our August 22nd meeting because it is during the state fair, and then have a special call meeting the following Tuesday on the 29th. That would keep Ilsa from having to go back and forth and back and forth. That's,
I agree, Angie. I think that would be a good thing to do.
yeah, it would just help her.
Well, I'll take that as a motion.
Motion, yes.
Move it to the 29th.
Second.
Do a second. All in favor of moving the meeting to the 29th?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, so moved. So you'll get a sign-up
thank you, I
sheet back.
appreciate that.
Yep, good idea.
And Elsa, I'll have to say the new display for the State Fair is so nice.
It's beautiful.
It's going to look really good. The booth's going to look really good this year.
Tiffany with Grayson County Tourism was able to get that with one of the grants the state provided. And I
Yeah.
think it's really going to make a statement for our area at State
Good.
Fair.
Needed updating.
It's so pretty.
Any other old business? No, we'll move on to new business.
Scare on the Square has not, they have been in combination with East Main Street on a much, much smaller level the past couple years. But this year, they want to bring it back
Good.
and have the actual event again. So I think that's very exciting. They went to City Council to get approval to have the square shut down on Friday, October 13th. What I would like to see, I know that they didn't come in with the grant applications when we approved those in May, but I would love to see them be able to get that $2,500 for the grant application. And they are one of the groups that was able to utilize our stage.
Oh, good.
So if you would like to make a motion for those two things, I think that would make us happy.
In the past, we always provided them a grant when
We
they had
did.
those events, so.
Yes.
Who's over it now?
Chelsea Lashley
Okay.
and Nick Ramsey
Okay,
are on
good.
the committee. I'm sure there are others on the committee because it's a large
I was
It was
event.
such a
wondering if
huge
it was the same
event
people.
Right.
before, so, no.
I'm glad they're
So,
bringing it back this year.
So we need a
Need
motion
a-
to go.
I mean, what is the motion again?
To approve them for the $2,500 local grant, which would be for advertising, printing, banner, the normal, and then for them to use our stage.
Okay. Go ahead.
So I'll make that motion.
Second?
First and second, all in favor with the sign of aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. Excited they're back.
I am too. I think it's
I am
going to be a
too.
great event. Annual dinner is going to be held on September 21st. We have 8 seats, so we need to decide amongst us who wants to RSVP to go. And you can just let me know that, and I will pass that along to the chamber.
Yeah.
Is that going to be?
Is
at
that
Rough River
September
or is it
21st?
here?
I can't hear, I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Okay, now,
Annual dinner is September 21st for the chamber. So if
Okay.
you would like to go, let me know so I can put us down.
Is
We
it
have
going to be
8 chairs.
here or is it going to be at Rough River?
It
So-
is going to be
Heavenly View.
Heavenly View.
at Heavenly View.
Oh, okay.
That is all I have.
Easy enough. Any other new business from anyone?
I will just make you aware that we will, even though I've retired from the school system, we are still going to have Halloween Safe Spot on Halloween night, following the same city bylaws and everything that they have, ordinance. And except this time it will be like sponsored by the fair
Okay.
fair board, but I will still be that contact person. So.
How
just-
many years?
This will be 27, 28,
30,
something like
right?
that. Because I put in 30 years, and so we started like maybe my second or third year on the job. So anyway, we're going to continue to have it, and thank you to the local fair board for letting us
Yeah,
use, because
absolutely.
they have to they always have to turn the electric and everything back on just for us that night.
Mhm.
So just make you all aware of that.
Angie,
you.
thank you.
Yeah.
You've done a great job with that, and the
Thank you.
the attendance is just amazing.
Thank you.
So-
We've always really enjoyed it, so I
You-
love seeing all the kids.
You've done a great job.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Good work.
Thank you.
Good work, yeah.
Any other new business? Hearing none, we'll take a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion.
So moved.
Lois, Lyndall,
Second.
all in favor, sign of aye.
Aye.
Thank you all. Appreciate it.
Any opposed?